Oh my gosh, guys, we're back once again. I barely got in here in time. Merry Fishmas. It's the 10th day of Merry Fishmas Live. How exciting. Um, I see there's some people already up in here in the chat. Of course, I am behind like usual. And good deal. Hey everyone, how are you doing? So today we're going to talk about collecting and stuff like that. It's good to see all you guys back. I appreciate it, Sweet Polly. I see your comment there. I'll get to that in a minute. I did try to email you. Maybe I didn't. I don't not even know yet. Again, today is the 10th day of Merry Fishmas Live, the 12 days of Merry Fishmas, or however I've been saying that. We're going to have Don Powers on here in a little bit from HD Aquatics. Yeah, we're going to talk to him about collecting fish and whatnot. So let's pull him up and say hi to Don. I just want to say hi to everybody. Hello, X-Man. Hello, Mexicali. How are you? The first time I ever was on anything live, you guys, was with Mexicali Fishkeeper. I was so nervous. It was absolutely, absolutely crazy. Hey, Dibby, how are you? Don's in the studio. Let's pull Don up right now. There he is, guys. Don Power.
This is my first time doing a live stream, so hopefully I don't screw up too
bad. Right on. You know, it is what it is. You know, so Don, everybody, this is Don. I've got to figure out what we want to do here. Don, why don't you, we'll just start off, first off, tell us a little bit about yourself here.
Well, moved down to Florida a little over 10 years ago. Always had fish growing up as a kid, and then I figured I wanted a little shrimp tank. Went into one little pet store, and two brothers own this little aquascaping supply in Orlando. They told me about collecting the wild fish, and from that point on, I've just been collecting them, breeding them, and it got to the point where, okay, I'm gonna, possibly sell some of them. So I made up my little website, just started it up the other week, and I'm gonna see what happens. But collecting, I love it.
Right on. There's so many different things to collect here in Florida. It's absolutely crazy. Every once in a while, you guys, like I talked to a couple other guys who collect here. Kevin Franco from my club, and like
Ryan
Norman from up in Jacksonville, Ryan Kinney. But what's the craziest thing that you've ever caught when you're out there? Like the absolute, like what is the craziest thing?
Banded water snake when I wasn't expecting it. Hey, now we're back.
Yeah. Yeah, I moved, you guys. I don't know if it was my connection. I told you guys I'd get it fixed. I thought I had it working really good. Don was on here last night and everything worked well. But yeah, that's kind of tough. That's Don's website up there right now, you guys. So I'm trying to figure out little bits of more of this as I go along here to try to add things. And it's probably slowing me down a little bit, but it's not too bad. How many different species of fish have you collected here in Florida, Don? I have a list here, and some of the things that I found absolutely blew me away. The amount of different species that we have here that are even collectible for like the aquarium hobby.
Oh yeah.
From what I read, like it ranged from like 40 to 80 different species. I'm kind of feeling more like towards the 60 area when I was reading over them, just because of all the different, like the large fish that people do keep in their fish tanks, like gars were listed in peacock bass and something like that, or stuff like that. So, how many different ones have you collected around here?
I mean, I have all 4 species of the yellow soma. That's going, traveling all throughout Florida, finding different spots for them. There's the Okefenokee.
Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. I
the
picked
Gilberti are obviously a little bit prettier, but they used to be considered, the Gilberti and the Okies used to be considered the same species.
Right
until
on.
They checked something. I forgot what it was, but there's a minor difference in them. I just know it by collecting them. I can see the difference in the fish as it is.
I like the color pattern on these. I like how they have the little bars on them a little bit. So I think they're pretty neat. Don't get me wrong, I love the spotted ones also. Then of course we have the golden top minnow here. They're pretty common. They're all over the entire state, Don. You catch these? Yeah, I would go with.
There we go. We're cracking up there a little bit.
I don't know how to tell who's connecting
like with
it
this,
is, but I have no idea how to tell which one of the connections it is. I feel like it's probably
like I'm moving around right now, and then you were frozen.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, see our fish. They're absolutely sick. You did not win the oh my gosh, that's what we're doing today. That is we are let me think here. What did we give away yesterday, Don? Do you remember?
I believe it's mystery box.
Mystery box and that we have your fish to give away today. That is absolutely correct. That's what I got sidetracked here sitting there. I start reading the chat and I get sidetracked. I really enjoy it. Hello. Hey, you guys. Bill is here. Hey, Bill. How are you? He says, hi, everyone. Have a good one, Bill. Thanks for stopping in today. So let's pull these fish off of here, you guys. This is a learning curve here. We'll just go like that, and we're both back up there.
All right. I can look over see what we got.
What are some of the things like? What are the other things you do when you go out collecting? Like as far as like for good practices, staying within the law, good conservation, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Ethical, practices. Like I know for a fact that you're a reliable source and stuff like that, and you have all the appropriate licenses and stuff. But what actually do you need to collect fish here in Florida? I think it's different than what I need to sell fish, but maybe it's not.
Yeah. I mean, basically, if you got your freshwater fishing license, that's fine if you're only going to get a couple of things. But like me, I've got the commercial freshwater fishing license, the fish and frog dealer license. So far, it seems like that's all I've needed. Never had anybody stop me for anything. But like when I go collecting, I got my truck. If I go to any one of the, like up in the Panhandle region, I'll literally bring a 150 quart cooler and I'll pump the water right from there. So when I get home, instead of doing my 3-hour acclimation on the fish I collect, I can literally have 8 tanks empty and just fill the tanks up with that water. And I can put them in there right away. And that saves me hours of acclimating. Like when I first started doing it, drip acclimating for hours on end.
Yeah, that can be tough. That's funny you recommend that you brought up never getting stopped when you're out collecting, because I feel like when we go down here, we can run into them like 2 out of 5 times. It's absolutely crazy. They're really cool about it. As long as what you have, I carry my stuff on a lanyard and stuff like that, or in my pocket. If they see that, they don't even really seem to ask ever. I know, they've checked a couple times and ran the names, but I've been stopped more collecting, and I've only really went a couple handful of times than I have my entire career of fishing since I was a child.
That down in South Florida?
Yeah, we're in Cape Coral here.
Actually, like first time I met Kevin, actually met in person when collecting down there in the Everglades. And sure enough, actually, I could say probably twice. I've been with
buried in the chat
like 3 or 4 times collecting. And all right, we're choppy here. You're frozen. Oh.
I was sitting there ultra still, actually, like this. My fish were still moving. I saw that. Sorry, I paused a few times. I don't know if anybody on that side can tell. Bill maybe can help us out here and tell me. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. We'll get it figured out at some point, or maybe I won't. I can keep saying we'll get it figured out until I do is when I do, you know. Um, do you have you been do you collect in other states? How many different states have you been to?
I've only started collecting when I was a kid, I guess I could say I collected, but that was just, on Long Island up north, getting some bass and some crayfish and sunfish and throwing them in a tank as a kid. But like I said, here it started with a couple of tanks, and I got 12 10-gallons sitting here. There's another 42 tanks out in the fish room, 2 tanks over there, 40-gallon there. So I got like 70 tanks running right now.
Right on. I tried to look through the chat after I asked. It went kind of quick. I asked people what kind of species they kept. I really didn't see if anybody kept any native species from their homes or anything like that. So I'll ask again with my mouth. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Do you have a favorite species? I have three. So you could have three different answers here. Do you have a favorite species to collect? Do you have a favorite species to have? And do you have a favorite species to view? And the reason why I ask view and have is because I've had those dang Gilberti here, and I know they're here because they eat, and I've had them for well over a year, some of them. I don't have any more now. And the Gilberti I did not have for a year. The other ones I did. I think I saw them 3 or 4 times, and that's from poking stuff apart with a stick. I actually thought they were gone. Thought they were gone and dead, and I took it apart, and then they were inside. I found them in a cup. So, yeah. So my 3 questions: do you have a favorite species to catch, a favorite species to keep, and what is your favorite looking one? I guess. Like, what's your favorite creme de la creme? Like, that's cool, but I don't like to catch it because it sucks, and keeping it's difficult, or they all die. Something like that.
Are you discussing to the general forum here or to me?
I'm talking to you. That's the 3 questions to you.
Elasoma. I love getting all the different kind of top fin minnows as well. Sailfin mollies. Those are also good. They're live bearers, so they're nice. They'll breed all the time. But I had gotten injured. I was supposed to do a couple of the shows, and my collection kind of dwindled down because I had Ryan come by, and he took a bunch of my Gilberti with him to go into Keystone Clash and up to Aquatics up in Jersey. So my inventory is down low. But like I said, basically with the Elasoma, everything I have now is tank bred except for the Zonatum. I have yet to have them breed for me. But I got this tank here. That's tank bred Okefenokee. The one behind my head is Gilberti. That one there is the Zonatum. And the Okies I have out in the fish room. No. Okay, we go.
Yeah, I want to see a picture of the Okies again. I'm gonna put the Okies back up on the screen so we can all look at them since we're talking about them.
Yep.
Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful, beautiful fish. What kind? So, do you try to like? They all, I guess, most of your fish come from Florida, don't they? So
other than
how
a couple that I've gotten from the fish clubs, at the auctions, yes. Everything
how,
else I have is pretty much native.
how are these for keeping, for ease of keeping, like beginner fish, or just, I mean, in your opinion? I'm have a hard time saying it because I throw stuff in, and I run a lot of tanks here, so I have like a lot of the same water parameters, so I struggle with that. But how do you keep these? How big of tanks do you keep these in? Like,
They're
are
in
they
10
okay
gallon.
like a Philly fish pair, like in a 5-gallon or something? No.
I have them all in 10 gallons. Like I said, I got the top fin minnows, gold top fins, melanistic, banded, red faced. I got all those. Those are in like 20 longs. I got a group in the 75 in the back room. But as far as the Elasoma, they're all in 10-gallon tanks. I just make sure I got some swasher tang in there or some floating plants and just leave them be. But they are, I don't care what anybody else says, live food only. And if they do pick it up, frozen bloodworm or frozen brine shrimp, they're really hungry and they're only just picking. So as far as the giveaway goes, if somebody's into it, as far as constantly brine shrimp or white worms, black worms, whatever, but they need live foods. They're not, you don't sprinkle some flakes and let it be. If that's an issue, forever wins. I can switch it up with some other fish that are a little bit easier to take care of. However you want to do it. I'm flexible.
That's super cool. I'm gonna imagine that we got a lot of fish heads in here. I
Yeah.
think we got some pretty seasoned keepers in here, but I tell you what, you have least killifish and a couple other things in there. Some of those people from up north might be interested in. 'Cause I know the Elisoma are really popular up north and out east right now. Um, but I also know that they're looking and they love those least killifish. I mean the oh,
Yeah.
just losing it there trying to remember those right there.
Bluefin
Least,
killifish. Okay, good
yeah,
deal.
yeah. Um, Huh, let's look I should look at the comments here a little bit and say hi to some people. I did see that Aqualus was in here. I think it's people just talking and chatting to each other. Ryan Bushnell says his son came to town and he saw an eel. When his son came to town, he says, "Nope, that's a rope fish." White worm is ready. Yeah, see our fish is ready. He's got white worms. He's gonna win
All
these
right.
fish on the drawing. They're gonna live in this washer tank from you. Yeah, you guys
Yep.
also check out his website. We'll throw that up again there later. At some point, I'll have a regular mod that can help me out and stuff, and we'll get those in so they're links. But for now, you're gonna have to do this. Click the links on my Facebook post or click the links that I make in the video. That's the best I can do for you. The struggle is real for me. I'm getting it, and it's gonna
Like, I'm
get
trying to
better.
look at the comments too. Again, forgive me if I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just trying to watch the screen and take a peek at some of the comments here at the same time. But in the corner here,
So
that's my 156 bottle wine cooler where I got about 130, 140 white worm. I call them microforms, culture, but they've been growing in their containers for a couple of months. And, nice, easy thing to feed. As long as you can keep white worms cool, awesome live food. Cheaper than
so
black worms because these things will just keep reproducing as long as you feed them. And every so often, if you have to, you change the soil out.
I'm telling you what, I feel, and I've also heard it from other people, that tending to live food cultures and stuff is harder and more time consuming than tending to fish. I spend as much time with a little bit of live food cultures that I manage to crash out like constantly than I do messing with my fish. I can't get them right. But I do have a
Which,
thing. It, I'm just about over it, and I don't know what to do some days. It is what it is. So X-Man Full wants to know what other kind of killies do you keep there, Don? Like,
all right, we've got
huh, ah, now
the
we get to
least
find out about taco ham,
killifish.
and then we get to see who is the one that's one.
We've got the bluefin killifish.
I,
Where'd I go? There I am. So, I haven't gotten fancy with, the nice, growing killifish from eggs. I have none of those yet. I'm actually moving to Alabama in a couple months. So once I move there and hopefully get a nice big 2-car garage, then I'm going to start doing, some of those fancier killifish and maybe some endlers, because not everybody wants native fish. And if I want to make any kind of a business out of this, I gotta have a little bit of an assortment.
yeah, it depends on where you want to go with it. If you want to keep it a hobby or keep it real low key. I know that a lot of these small fish here, just from my experience doing this over the years, you know, the bigger fish and the cichlids, I'm not saying they're dead, but I see a new trend coming here right now, and it's really, really pushing into Aqualus field with the smaller tanks, even though he's got bigger small tanks, small fish and plants. So a lot of these small native fish from all over, they're just really becoming hot. Darters, all the different killifish from all over the country, along with like the small cichlids and stuff like that. So you know, I have a question here from Mexicali. What fish are you guys talking about? Mexicali says there's
Yeah, I'm
oh,
just trying to
sorry.
listen.
I do that often. Um, yeah, so Let's check some more. I want to read some more of these chat things. Yeah,
Yeah, let me
Bill.
take a look.
I saw the thing from Marshall. Marshall made these cool things. I should have brought one and showed it on here with your name. I'm going to move this, you guys. The camera's going to move. That's why everything's funny for me on here. Let's show you guys again. Since Bill's on here, I want to show him. They're pretty cool. It says Aqualist on it. You'll appreciate it. That's what he was talking about before. Sailfin mollies. So here's the answer to that. Sailfin mollies where Mexicali lives. You guys, I'm sure all you guys know Mexicali. It's probably how a lot of us met because he has us on his show. But this poor guy doesn't have a pet store anywhere near him. It's absolutely horrible. Sailfin mollies. So can you guys not keep them or anything, or are they just considered an invasive species? Do your pet stores sell them? I guess really we're not talking about that Mexicali, so I don't know. You guys, so I guess we do have some more time here. It's only 21. I got my face right up in there again, hanging out with Don Powers. We have a little bit more time. Let's ask Don some more questions. I wish I had that list. I had a list of all the like the different categories of aquarium fish they had there, and there for Florida. And there was just so many that are here from the different kinds of sunfish and everything. But there was some I wanted to ask you about on here. We had to switch from in there. I thought I was having a bad connection. I think I left that list here because I have some other kind of outlines sitting next to me. But
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I mean, when I go collecting, if I want to go local, I get flagfish, bluefin killifish, least killifish, gold topfin minnows. Wish I knew where that was. I just, when you
I
said
don't
that,
know where.
Hillsborough County. I'm just taking a guess.
Yeah. It's crazy how you guys who are out there in swamp land and running around in this, or how you guys can look at these pictures of these areas and tell what counties they're in and stuff. Ken and Ryan do that too, and it's absolutely crazy. This is just a stock photo, you guys, from online, just of some of the areas, the type of areas these guys go collecting here in Florida. A few of you guys are from Florida, and some of you have been here, and some of you are not. It looks just like National Geographic when you're down here, especially when you start getting into the Everglades or maybe Central Florida too. There's some areas that are just absolutely crazy that look like this. It's a super, super good time. If you guys are ever in Florida going to Disneyland or anything like that, I highly, highly recommend taking some time out if you're into fishing or into collecting and just getting out there and just checking it out. You can dip net anywhere here. Down where I live in South Florida, it's just water, 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 water. There's more canals here than there is anywhere else in the country, and you can literally go in the Walmart parking lot and dip net killifish. You're not going to get the Elisoma and some of the more sensitive ones like that, but you'll get golden top minnows, least killifish, stuff like that. Do you guys have stuff up there, Don, that we just don't have here because it's too warm down here? Because you guys, like, I was talking to Grant, and he was telling me they get like freezes up by his house and stuff. So do you guys have some species that we don't have, and do we have some down here that you don't have?
Y'all have all the invasives down there. Like if I want my what I call murder guppies, the Balenasox belizanus, pike top minnows, I have to come down to the Everglades to get those. And those are live bearers. I had Ryan took a bunch to go to the show with, both the shows. So I mean, I'm down to 5 of them now.
Bad connection.
All right, are we here?
Sorry guys, I shouldn't do that. No, I'm here all the way. 100% hanging in with you. We got this. This is a really good group, bro. These guys have went through so much BS with me that this little bit of choppy audio that I'm gonna blame you on, because I think I'm the one that they can hear right now. So we're gonna talk smack. These guys are okay with this. They're not, but they're cool to learn with us. Is what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm good with it. Let's see. I'm looking here at FX Manful. I don't really treat them with anything. They get their own little quarantine tanks, and they'll be in there for a month, 2 months, whatever. water changes on it. Because I mean, when I get them to begin with, they're already wild. They're already used to. Even if I threw them in the same tank with, say, if I get topping minnows, I'll acclimate them, and basically they'll end up going right into the tank. And I've never had an issue. Not saying I never will, but for right now, it's just no big deal. That's why I was like concerned when I did the yellow somer at first, acclimating for hours on end. Then I got smart, got a transfer pump or transfer stick that I can pump a whole cooler with and put the water right from there into my tanks, and it's pretty much good. But I've never really had any issue trying to treat the fish with anything. In the beginning I did. I was getting that was like 8 years ago. I was doing that in the beginning. Then I tried experimenting without doing it. Didn't make a difference. So but even if I don't treat them, it's not like, I know there's some people, names won't be mentioned, but I know there's some people that will literally grab the fish out of the water and go ahead and sell it. I won't do that. Like people ask, hey, I want the wild caught. Well, come get it yourself, because I'm going to get you, F1s, tank bred ones. I keep the parents. Like I said,
Right
the
on.
only thing, if it's the yellow soma, zonatum, yeah, there's going to be wild caught ones, but they're also with me for months on end.
Right on.
Acclimated.
Yeah, dealing with the wild animals and stuff like that, like especially when if we get them in here and there's something that for sale, we do have to treat them. I'm really learning a lot about medication. I've been doing this for a long time. I started doing this when I was a kid. And I always kind of stayed holistic. I was really into Pemafix, Melifix, and ICX I use now, but I used other ICX medication prior. I know there's a lot of hum and ha, like if Pemafix and Melifix every work. I think there's some skewed kind of snippets taken out of the article that we all get to see in the hobby. And so we're like, oh, it doesn't work at all. And you can take anything out of context you want. I used natural stuff for years and years, and I never really had any problems. Now we're going to enter starting to import fish in bigger quantities, seeing bigger quantities of fish.
Nice.
So now we're starting to lean towards more powerful medications and stuff like that to deworm, like a general cure and stuff like that. For the life of me, you guys, if I had to tell you the medications to save your fish, you'd need to call someone else now, because I have to look at them. Call Bill Aqualust, my buddy Eddie, or probably Anthony, and I should just write it down. I have the medication here. This goes for this, but I have a lot of other things that I think about, and learning medications now this late in the game has been a little bit of a struggle for me remembering the names, but I'm starting to believe in some of them, especially when you're with discus and stuff like that. I'm learning, like, I used to think people were crazy. Well, what do you mean you're treating your discus every 6 months? Like you're out of your mind. It's in your house. There's no parasites. Well, now I'm learning and actually finding out from talking and with really experienced breeders and people that have been doing this for a long time. Well, they're doing it every 3 months and stuff like that. But just different fish with different parasites. I've noticed with a lot of these little killifish and stuff like that, they're really strong right off the get-go. We have wild ones here too that their their quarantine process here for the ones we keep is living alone by themselves. And that is about it. A little long-winded there, but it is called Uncle Joe's Fish Shed, so haha. You guys, it's 9:29. These are quick, I know it. There's so much more we can talk to Don about. Every one of these, you guys, that we did so far, we've talked about a few really good things and had some good topics that I would just be excited to revisit again with Bill, and get more into depth with you guys and maybe have like a little more structure and stuff like that. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get ready to spin the wheel of fun for these right here, not the HD Aquatic logo, and a portion of Sawasser Don, do you your Sawasser your plants, do you grow all your plants there?
Yes.
Right on.
Like I've gone like I got that as like one small portion. I've got like a 40-gallon that's covered at the bottom, other tanks piled up with it. Like I've gone out like the dwarf Sagittaria. I've collected that like maybe like 4 years ago, and I still got it growing in tanks. It's not little short ones anymore. I mean, some of these things are like 12, 14 inches long. Even though it says dwarf, they still do get that big.
Right
yeah,
on.
Plants I've gotten as like a little portion or at the shows, aquarium club meetings. Like I've got a little chunk of moss. I got like
It's a bad connection again so many times. I really actually
separated
hope
now,
this
but
is on, but it is what it is. I'm talking over you because I feel
There
like
we
it's
go.
you breaking up again, but it's probably not. All right, you guys. So we're gonna get to this drawing here tomorrow night, and I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow night. Well, we only have a couple nights left because this is 10. We have 11 and 12. We have we're gonna try to get Gio to hop on here and have some beta talk with us, even though we already gave his betas away. And then Louis Perone from Perone's Aquatics. Now, one of these guys is going to probably tell me you're out of your mind expecting me to do this from whenever you decide, till when you decide on Christmas Eve, but that is what we're going to go for. So, for the love of the Siamese fighting fish and getting Gio to agree to come on here for the last night of the giveaway in Merry Fishmas, this will be our hashtag tonight. Fight me.
Huh?
Siamese fighting fish. Fight me. That's the hashtag for the giveaway today. You guys start adding that in. Fight me. I don't want anybody fighting their. The first thing when I was looking up some beta, a shirt came on and it had a black and white beta fish on it. It was probably for imaging for the cricket, and it said "fight me" on it. And I saw that, and that's what I chose for the keyword today because I would like to have Geo on. My keywords, I love them. It's fun. I wanted to get a really super long one. So I have a question here. I'm just looking back at this. Yeah, your name reminds me of the movie Sue. I'm just looking through the comments, you guys, a little bit here. Fight me. It'll be for a pair of Elisomas. Don.
Yes, sir.
Where are you out of? Do you only have online, correct?
Yeah, I'm online. Like I said, this was just started just as a hobby. And then after a while, the fish started breeding. Oh, let me get a couple more tanks. Oh, let me get a couple more tanks. Like I said, I'm up to like 70 tanks now. So I'm right down in right near Disney Springs. So I'm in Orlando.
So I noticed that there was no hey, you're not too far. There's no rule about winning and losing on here, and we really haven't been following the rules the whole entire time because my initial rules were we were supposed to be sharing posts and stuff like that, and I was hoping to gain some traction, but it's better probably that I don't have a lot. I won the first drawing, Dom, because I actually typed the keyword into the comment section. I didn't put a rule in there anywhere. I really, really like these fish, and I'm totally kidding, but I did enter. I should delete that. I won't win them, but I just want to see my name flash on there again. All right, you guys, let's do this right now. If I win, we'll draw again, obviously. It just looks kind of cool. Let's run this. Let's pull the screen up this time first. So I bet you I can't do share. I bet you I can. Let's pull this up. Fight me is the keyword, guys. And should be able to see it now. There we go. Woohoo! An error occurred. Try refreshing the page. Well, it says stop sharing. Let's try it again, guys. Maybe I typed this in too early because it says something about, I don't know. It says some stuff. There's 10 people signed up. Thank you, guys. Good luck, everyone. I'm one of the 10. Oh, I didn't even get to see my name go by there. Ryan Bushnell, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ryan, on your absolutely lovely Elisoma and your Sawasser tang from HD Aquatics out of Florida. Ryan, get a hold of me the same way. You guys, I have a list. I talked to you guys before about getting me emails and stuff like that in this mess, so I can get everybody's names. We will get this squared away. I want you all to go and check out Don's website at hdAquatics.com. And I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up here.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at the comments.
Should we read some
at
comments, or do these guys want to skirt? You guys want to skirt or what? Should we read a couple comments? We can read some comments. Hey, Scotty, what's up? Woot woot, Ryan.
Dibby was asking about if I have any alligator collecting stories.
Oh, good Lord.
Alligators while I'm collecting.
Alligator collecting? Do you collect alligators?
No, stories about alligators while collecting my fish. And yeah, I've gotten a good scare a couple of times. I basically almost stepped on one. I was going to say I'm probably about 2.5, 3 feet away. Didn't even see him in the tall grass. I was down off of down in the Everglades area. Tea water for the canal I was at. This guy was in the water, up, and just sitting with his head on land. And I almost, if I moved quicker, I would have stepped on him. So yeah, that gave me a good scare. So now I don't really go not paying attention to everything around me all the time.
Right on. You guys,
they'll just sneak up on you.
Again, you guys, I appreciate you all so very much. Good night, Don. I hope you have a good day. I will talk to you here in a little bit. You guys, again, I'm going to tell you, maybe you all are, maybe you're not. Join your local fish club. It's really important. Do yourself a favor. Clean up a little garbage next time you're out there. Help preserve this planet. Practice good management, and just keep your stuff ethically sourced. I appreciate you. Good night.